So today we are going to learn about the NetFlow and how we can connect it. We can gonna see that how we can integrate it. So NetFlow is what? Like a syslog server. So NetFlow is also some kind of a log server. Okay, NetFlow is also a log server. So what it's going to do that NetFlow is going to get a, in the syslog server, it will forward by firewall, will forward all the logs, right? All the logs. All the logs means what, guys? Even system generated logs as well. Like in the firewall, some kind of a system generated logs. This port is up, this port is down. This is like system generated. Okay, even some kind of a system generated logs, we can get it here. But in the NetFlow, we can get, this is my firewall, we can get the only interface level of logs. Which interface level logs you want. Okay, and it is kind of a bundle of logs, we can see, right? Bundle of logs. Whatever the interface traffic is going from here and there, it's like a bundle and logs. All the logs we are getting for all these logs for the particular interface where you will enable it, we can get it that particular interface of the logs. Okay, so that is what NetFlow. But in the syslog, guys, we are getting not even the interface, we are getting all the logs. Whatever traffic going from here, traffic coming from here, all the system generated logs as well, everything we are getting for the syslog. But in the NetFlow, we are getting the logs where which interface we have assigned. So we will get the logs only for that particular interface. What are traffic hitting to that interfaces, what are traffic going from interfaces, ingress, egress interface traffic, and all are the whatever the interfaces logs would be, those logs we are going to get at the for the NetFlow. So how we can do that, guys? Same things, same process. We will go to the device, okay, just like a syslog server, and we will go to the server profile. Okay, scroll down, and then like syslog server we did, we can go for a NetFlow. Okay, go to the add. So what happened, guys? Give the name, and what is this, guys? It will refresh like template refresh rate after 20 packets. Okay, for 30 minutes. In the 30 minutes and 20 packets, it will template will be refresh. Activity timeout for the 5 minutes. If you will not get the any logs, it will be timeout. So it will be for the internal NetFlow interface based logs stuffs. Okay, so we are not much following. Only we need to go to the add. There just like a syslog server, we need to give the name and we need to give the IP address of the server. So here our IP address is the same 172.16.1.1. Okay, so whatever your syslog server would be, just give the name here, and just give the type the IP addresses. That's it, guys. It's very easy to assign the syslog server, NetFlow server. Very easy. Once you create, guys. Okay, let me cancel it. I have already created it. Okay, so whatever in the office real time, if someone would ask to integrate the NetFlow server, just go to the device setup, server profile, NetFlow, just ask the server IP. Okay, so what is the IP of that server? That we need to put. It will take a by default port 2055. ये क्या करेगा ना? ये क्या करेगा ना? Where I will explain it. What is this? Okay, just keep 50 minutes and 10 packets. What happened? A template जो refresh होगा, whatever this is, this my firewall will forward the logs to this NetFlow server. Okay, we have a NetFlow server. So in this example, come here. So this is my firewall and this is the NetFlow server, right? I have put it configure the NetFlow server here. So after 15 minutes, this firewall will forward the NetFlow logs to this PC, okay, this server. Okay, so what is happening here, guys? For the 15 minutes, in the 15 minutes, if he will forward the 10 packets, then after that it will again refresh it. It will look for the new packets as well. Okay, for the refreshing of the NetFlow server, that interface, it will forward the packet. Okay, after the 15 minutes, it will forward the 10 packets. This is a limited threshold value, guys. Okay, it will forward the packet, and after the 15 minutes, like if there is no log forwarded in the 15 minutes, then this activity will be timed out. Okay, it doesn't mean timeout means it doesn't mean that if there is another log coming, so he will not forward. He will forward it, but the connection, whatever the continuity would be there, some kind of continuity, it will be done. It will be shut down. Like, you know, once the TCP connection going to be built, so they will build a three-way handshake. One connection will be built, then the packet would be exchanging the same time of. Okay, after 15 minutes, if there is no connection, it will be down. So then if it will get a new packet again to forward, then it will be start forwarding the connection. Okay, this kind of some NetFlow basics. Okay, and just we have given the name and the NetFlow IP addresses. That's it. It has taken the by default port of the NetFlow. That's it, guys. Only we need to go to the NetFlow and just type the IP addresses and the name. Nothing to do. Then next step, guys, we need to come to the network, and NetFlow only assign to the interfaces. So where you want to assign, go to the interface. Okay, and NetFlow profile. What is a NetFlow profile? You can assign to that. Okay, select here, go to there. So I have created only one last time. You can select it here. Which interface you want to get the NetFlow logs? If you want to get the NetFlow logs of the even the outside interface, go there and assign it. Okay, assign it NetFlow logs. Okay, likewise. So wherever you want to create a NetFlow logs, even at the zones, go to the zones, guys. Let's see. Log setting. This is for the server logs. Okay. Syslog server. This is for the syslog server. So if you want the syslog server here also, guys, we can select it here as well. Okay. So all the zones information also it will forward it to the syslog server. This is for the syslog server. Okay, guys. So that's how we can create the syslog server. That's how we can create the NetFlow server. And guys, we don't have a Radius LDAP server, but if you want to create an LDAP server, likewise, the same way we will have to be created, even for the TACACS and Radius as well. Syslog, in the Syslog now, it will forward, like this is firewall, it will forward all the logs, like system generated log as well. System generated log as well. What is system generated? Guys, we can see multiple types of logs my firewall is generating, multiple types of logs. Even we can see that, I think while explaining, there is a one term customizations. Okay, go to the syslog, open this. This is a custom log format. These are all types of logs. See that whatever, even for the URL filtering, even antivirus stuff, action flag, admin, all the types of logs we are getting, it will forward to the, like which admin login to the firewall. I'm giving one example. Those also information it will forward to the syslog, but that information will not forward to the NetFlow. Okay, NetFlow only what are the traffic for forwarding to the interfaces. What are the, this is firewall, and I have enabled the NetFlow in this. Whatever the traffic following in this this interfaces flowing from here and there, those information only forwarded to the NetFlow. Got it? But in the syslog, who is the admin login to this? What configuration admin has did? Which source IP going where? Which source IP? Which application accessing? Which application is more? Which attack is coming? Whatever the traffic like system generated, what are the logs is going? All logs can get into the syslog. Okay, got it? But in the NetFlow, only you will get the logs for the this interface. What are traffic going from out, coming from the in? Those logs only get in the NetFlow. Okay. Now I want to explain, guys. So, guys, if you want to like we have only two things to explain, like a syslog server, NetFlow. We don't have a Radius, TACACS, and LDAP. But if you want to go for that, guys, like for the Radius, guys, if you want to add Radius server as well, go to the Radius server, type the name, give the, this is a timeout value, guys, timeout value, and choose always, guys, CHAP. Okay, this is PAP and CHAP, nothing, guys. PAP and CHAP is for the authentication. Okay, this is used for the authentication. That's it. And give the Radius server. That's it. Give your Radius server. Go to that, like add. I have already created it anyway. Give the Radius server and give any secret server. This secret this secret password, it will provided by the who is the owner of Radius server. Okay, so Radius server, who is having the Radius server? For the Radius server, guys. So like this is my firewall, and from the inside there is a one Radius server. Okay. So whatever the whatever the IP, like I'm using 172.16.1.1. So we can configure it the same way. We'll just configure in the firewall, go to the device setup, Radius server, give the name, type the IP, and there is a one secret. Secret is what? Password. Secret means what? There is one password. So that password is required to authenticate with this Radius server. So that password information, who will provide the same password which we're using for Radius server. Okay, so whoever managing this Radius, they will provide me that password. Just type this mentioned password in the firewall. It will be authenticated. Okay. Once it will authenticated, my Radius server would be created, guys. Okay. It will by default go with 1812 port. Okay. So that's how we can create for the Radius, even for the TACACS as well. Okay. We don't have a TACACS here, guys, but we can also create the TACACS as well, guys. Same way, my firewalls, same way. Just give the name. Okay. And just use the CHAP only, guys. Go to that, type the TACACS server. Okay. TACACS is using TCP port 4. And the secret, this is like any IP tester that 123. The same thing has to be used at the TACACS server as well. Same way we can configure the Radius, same way we can configure the TACACS, syslog, NetFlow, same way, guys. Nothing more has to be do. What is TACACS? Okay, I need to explain that, guys. Palo Alto is not using TACACS. Palo Alto is even not using Radius. What Palo Alto doing? If I am having a Palo Alto firewall, what is the use of TACACS? If there is a one ACS, earlier we used to say ACS. Yes, so what happened? So any of the router, so I am just integrating this is anyway it's a Cisco product. I am integrating. We can make a VPN, like if it's a Palo Alto firewall, we can make a VPN Cisco ASA, right? We can do the VPN, right, for the different vendor as well. It's the Cisco ASA firewall, it's a Palo Alto firewall. Same way, I am just giving the IP address here and the Cisco and the shared password. It will integrate. It will successfully connect it. Nothing is doing. It is not my firewall is not using, but we can connect it. What is the use of TACACS, guys? Whoever try to log into this firewall or any of the firewall, like I'm example, it will first, if you try to log in with user and password here, it will first go to the TACACS and validate your username and password with the TACACS. Once it's done, then you will get the login to the firewall. Always remember, the same way it's a Radius. Radius is for open vendor, right? And TACACS is for Cisco. So here, someone has asked me, TACACS features not using by the Palo Alto firewall. You see, TACACS anyway, it's an external server. It is connecting. My firewall is connecting with the mentions IP, like a syslog server, right? Like a NetFlow, like a Radius, which I've explained it. It is try to connect, right? It will authenticate, because in the offices, you can use multiple vendor stuffs. It doesn't mean that we are going to use Radius. We can, like if a firewall of a Palo Alto, we can have a Cisco routers as well. We can have a Juniper router as well, Checkpoint firewall as well. We can, right? So that's how it is. TACACS it's not given the features. It is given the how we can connect with the, if you have a TACACS in your in your organizations, how we can connect it. So guys, now we can get it, how we can do that, guys. So those all server profile connected, guys, the same way we can, even for the LDAP also, guys, we can just give the IP addresses, it will connect, guys. Okay. We don't have a LDAP, guys. We need to give the name admin. LDAP is what, guys? Active Directory. Okay. Nothing. Just type add, guys. Give your LDAP server. That's it. And the port number is 389. Your LDAP server would be enabled. Okay. These are the server settings. These will, if need to be changed, it keep the by default. If need to be changed, talk with your AD guys. AD guys will explain these things. We are not the expert of this. Okay. Just we need to type the LDAP server IP addresses. It will go by default as a 389 port. It will work. Okay. Now the next is go to the log setting. Okay. Now go to the log settings. Now, what are the logs you want? System logs, configuration logs. Okay. User ID logs. I will explain. These are the logs, guys. This is very important. Okay. Log, global protect log. So these are the logs, and how we can get it, the logs of system generated. Okay. Come here. Like this is a system generated logs. I want to see the logs of system generated. Configuration log. Go to add. Simply type the name the same way, right? Log forwarding, right? Log forwarding, there we have given the syslog server. The same way, go to the logs, like if you want a system generated log, like if you have a email server, HTTP, SNMP, or right now we have just integrated syslog, right? Go to that, assign your syslog server, give the name, whatever, type OK. Whatever the system generated log would be, it will start forwarding to the syslog server. Got it? Like the configuration logs as well. Okay, we can see that. Now, guys, it's very important. Okay, come to the monitor. Okay, this is the last topic I want to explain. So in the monitor, guys, be with me. This is the very important in the log. This is a traffic. in the traffic, guys, what we are going to view in the guys, remember when you go to the office in the real time, you will see the logs where at the monitor at the traffic, right? You will see the logs at the monitor at the traffic. Okay, always. Now, what kind of log you will see in the monitor at the log? We will see the receive time, end, decryption from zone. Okay, from which zone traffic is coming to zone, which zone traffic is going, what is the source IP, what is the destination IP, what is the port number, application, what application is using, and the action is allowed, what is the rule is hitting. That's all way. This is the way we can able to see the all the logs. Like guys, we know there is a filter right upstairs. If you need to find what I explained, source IP, just click on the source. Okay, just click on the source like here. Okay, whatever the source, just click on the source, just click on the destination, just click on the to port. Once you click it, it will come here. Okay, at the search, and then put your IP, whatever the legitimate IP you want to look for. Okay, yeah, come here. Like I have put the source IP, and same you put the destination IP and the port number. I see that this is a port number 514. It means my syslog server is going good. Even for the net flow also 2055. See this. I see that this is a port number 514. It means my syslog server is going good. Even for the net flow also 2055. See this. I see that this is a port number 514. It means my syslog server is going good. Even for the net flow also 2055. See this. I see that this is a port number 514. It means my syslog server is going good. Even for the net flow also 2055. See this. it means my syslog server is going good. Even for the net flow also 2055. See, this session is going on. Anyway, so guys, likewise, I have click on source IP, then destination IP and the port number, and then you can change your IP whatever accordingly. What is your correct source IP? What is your correct destination IP? And what is your correct port number? And then filter with that. So you will start getting the logs for your legitimate source IP, destination IP, and the port number. So which I am not able to view at the traffic logs. In the traffic log, we will be able to view all the time. For any policy, you need to check the logs here at the monitor tab, go to the traffic. Okay, guys. And now at the thread logs. If you see the thread logs, in the thread log, we are getting the logs for what, guys? Like, see that in the thread log, we are getting the log suspicious TLS evasion found. Some kind of a name of the type is spyware. See that type is spyware. Whatever the spyware signature is coming, zone from inside, going to the which zone outside. What is the source address? What is the destination address? Going to which port? Which application using? Action is what? Reset both. Right? We have created in the anti-spyware, right? If some kind of a signature will match, reset both. There is a okay, and then there is a reset board, whatever it is. So that kind of logs we can see at the thread logs. Okay. In the URL filtering, guys, we know that we can see the logs for URL filtering. Okay. So whatever the URL is filtering, it means which source, which IP. In the URL filtering, which the category, it will show the category, which category is going on, guys. Okay. The social networking categories and which URL it is using, facebook.com, going from which zone, inside zone, same way, like to zone outside. What is my source IP? What is the destination IP? Which application using? Action is what? Block override, whatever you will select, like block override or allowed, whatever it is. Okay. So whatever the filtering we have created in the URL filtering, the same way we will see the logs for the URL filtering at the URL filtering tab. Okay. For the wildfire submission, what is wildfire submission? I have explained that if any kind of abnormal behavior my firewall will see, it will start forwarding the logs to the where it will forwarding, it will to the Palo Alto base. So that's what it is going, it is doing, guys. It is submission. It is submitting this file. This is a PDF file, wildfire test, whatever they are. This is a file name. It is my firewall thinking that these are the suspecting stuffs. It will forwarding for this to this destination on the port 80. Okay. Whatever the logs he will forward to the Palo Alto network, it will start forwarding. So that's how, guys, we can see the logs for wildfire as well. The lab